Okay, so we're on to number 11 here. We have a regular hexagon. So because it's a polygon, we're going to write the formula. Apothem perimeter divided by 2. So on this one, I know the apothem, it's 5 square root 3. It's already written in there for me, divided by 2. So the only thing I have left to find is the perimeter. Well, because this is a hexagon, I can go ahead and draw on that triangle. The central angle was 60. So then when I cut it in half, that was 30. So 30, 60, 90. Across from the 60 was the 5 square root 3. So that means down here on the side, this would be across from the 30. So that's just going to be a little 5. And then this would be 5 as well. So the entire side there will be 10. So then my perimeter would be 10 times 6 would be 60 is my perimeter. And then I'll multiply that out on my calculator. So I believe on the test, it'll say round to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to type 5 square root 3. Now I'm done with that, so I'm closing my parentheses, or if you're in the other mode, you would scroll out. Then I would hit times 60. Whoops, come on. Times 60 equals, and then divide by 2. All right, so 259.8. And that would be units squared. All right. Okay, so on this middle one, number 14, I did that one with you already, or for you already. We knew the side was 14, so the perimeter was 112. We knew the apothem, and then it's just a matter of multiplying that out. Now on number 17, we knew the apothem. They told us that. They told us the perimeter, so we didn't even have to find the perimeter on that one. And so then we just multiplied it all together. All right, over on number 12 then. Up here it said we knew the apothem was 6. So this one I went ahead and I drew in my apothem, and then I drew in the triangle and made the central angle, so 360. Because it's a triangle, we would divide it by 3. So that's where that 120 came from. And then when I drew in the apothem, remember the 120 gets split, so the 60 is here, the 30 would be here. So my side across from the 30 is 6. So that means down here would be 6 square root 3, which then would make this 6 square root 3, which would then make the entire side 12 square root 3. So the perimeter then would be 36 square root 3. Okay? And then now it's just a matter of typing that in our calculator. And I will do that and have it on the PDF for you. All right? This next one, it told us the perimeter was 80, so I went ahead and I put that in. It told me that the radius was 10. So on this one, I actually had to go find the apothem. Okay? So I only drew half of the triangle there, but 360 divided by 5. This is what we worked on in chapter 9. So 72 was the central angle. I cut it in half, so my angle was 36 there. And I wanted to find the apothem, so that's my x. So when I circle the angle here, right, the x becomes the adjacent, the 10 becomes is the hypotenuse. So that means that I am using ka. All right, so I did cosine 36. The adjacent was x. The hypotenuse was 10. And then I cross multiplied that and found x was 8.1. So I went back over here, and in my apothem spot, I put 8.1, multiplied it by 80, and divided by 2, and there's my answer. All right, now all the rest of them here, we're going to find the surface area and the volume of each one. Okay, so this one is a triangular prism. So I've already drawn the net. So I've got the triangle on the front, the triangle on the back, and then there would be 3 pieces. The bottom, the big slanted one here, and then this back one back there. Okay, so for the triangles, it's going to be base times height divided by 2. So the base of my triangle will be 4, the height is 3, and divide by 2. So each of these guys is going to be an area of 6. Okay, because these 2 triangles are identical. Now, when I'm trying to find the area of the bottom of my prism here, so the bottom is going to be base times height, And so the bottom will be 4 by 12. 4 by 12. So that will just be 48. Now some kids think then that all of them are 48. Well, let's see. Let's check on this back one here first. So this back one, whoops, why isn't it changing colors? There we go. So is that, that's 12. That would be the same as this one down here, right? But this is a 3. So this back one is going to be 12 by 3. All right, so we'll call that the back. And that is also base times height. And it's 12 times 3. So the back then would be 36. Okay. Now, this side one here, right here, okay, is also going to be 12. Okay. But what is this piece? Well, it's in my right triangle, 3, 4. Okay, then that's going to be a 5. So this kind of slanted triangle, I'll call it, is going to be 5 by 12. So that would be 60. All right. So then surface area would be that we add all those pieces together. And I will do that on my calculator and put that in so it'll be on the PDF for you. All right, so just add all those 5 pieces together. All right, now the volume, because it's a prism, it's big B times H. Well, what shape is the base? The shape of the base is not the rectangle. The shape of the base is the triangle because I have a congruent parallel triangle on the back side of it. Okay, so the big B then was 6. So 6 is my area of my base. And then how tall is the prism? Well, if the base is the triangle, then it's kind of like that would be like your feet. So your head would be up here. That's your other base. So the height then is going to be what's the distance between the two. So the distance between the two here will be a 12. All right. So the height will be 12. So 6 times 12 is 72. So the volume will be 72, and that's going to be cubic, right? So 72 meters cubed. Okay. All right. So we have, we have another area one. Sorry, forgot about that. So on this one, we knew the sides were 20 square at 3, so that made my perimeter 60 square at 3, 20, 20, 20, 60 square at 3. Now on this one, we have to find the apothem. So the apothem would be this piece right here. Well, when I draw that in, this gets split. So this would be 10 square at 3 as well as this one. All right. So when I would draw in my triangle there, this was 120. Then remember, we had the angle got split, so this would be 60, this would be 30. So if the side across from the 60 was 10 square at 3, well then that means my apothem would just be the 10. Okay, so the apothem is 10, and then type that in on my calculator. All right, this one, the hexagon, the radius is 12, so I've drawn that in. I also drew in the triangle with my central angle. Split it, so I need to find that apothem there. And when I split it, then my angle became 30. 30 and 30, right? I could put another 30 over there. Now in this one, across from the 90 is 12. That would be the biggest one, the small, medium, large. The large is 12. So that means across from the 30, the small is going to be a 6. Right? And then across from the 60, the hypotenuse then will be a 6 as well, but it has to have that square root 3 on it. All right, so 6 square root 3 will be my apothem. Now, if this bottom piece is 6, then the other piece there is 6. So the entire side there is 12, 12, 12, 12. And so then our perimeter would be 72. And then again, just type in that in on our calculator. And I'll do that and put that on the PDF. Okay, so back to surface area and volume here. So on this one, I drew the net. I have a hexagon on the bottom with a radius of 8. Well, that's very similar to this one right next door. So if the radius is 8, right, then my the small piece, so this would be 30 up here. So then my small down here would be a 4, and then the one across from the 60 would be a 4 square root 3. So in my hexagon, the apothem is 4 square root 3. This piece is 4, so this piece would be 4. So the entire side there would be 8. So this would be an 8, this would be an 8, and an 8 all the way around here. Okay, so that means my perimeter would be 48, and divide by 2. Okay, now I'm going to actually type this one in, because I'm going to need that. So 4 square root 3, whoops, 4 square root 3, close my parentheses, times 48 equals, and then divide by 2. All right, so the area of my hexagon is 166.3. Okay, now the triangles, all right, so the triangles are right here. So I now know my base of my triangle is an 8, and then the height of my triangle is going to be this piece right here, which is 10. So my triangles are base times height, divide by 2. So it'll just be 8 times 10, divide by 2. So that would be 80 divided by 2 is 40. So what a lot of kids, the mistake that they make is they only do 40. And so then they would just add these two together. But remember, we're doing surface area. There would be 6 of those triangles. So 40 times 6 is 240. All right. So my surface area would be 166.3 plus 240, all of the triangles. Okay. All right, so that would be 406. All right, there we go. Now the volume. Okay, so the volume, remember, on a pyramid and a cone is 1/3. So 1/3, my big B, the base, is this hexagon. All right, so 1/3 times 166.3. And now how tall is this pyramid? Well, I don't know. Okay, 10 is the slanted one. That's not how tall it is. How tall it is this piece right here. Okay, which I don't know how tall that is. Okay, but I can figure it out. All right, so if the radius here is 8, then this over here, that would be the apothem. I don't think we can find that. So on your test, it's going to be a Pythagorean triple. So if you need to find that height there, you're going to, on this one, we would actually have to use the Pythagorean theorem. So 4 squared root 3 was the apothem. So we would have to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared to find that missing height. So I'm going to skip that one. It'll be easier on your test. All right. So let's start right here with the cone. So the cone, pi r squared is my circle. So pi 8 squared. So that'd be 64 pi. All right. This weird kind of, the top, the waffle part of my cone is pi RL. Okay. So it would be pi 8, and then L was the slanted one. So L is 17. That's the slanted one. Okay. So that would be 56, 136 pi. Okay. So adding those two together, we would get 200 pi. And that might be the choice on your test. If it says round to the nearest tenth, then we would need to type that in, 200. And I'm asking on the test that you please use 3.14 instead of the button. Okay, so 3.14. All right, so we'd get 628 is centimeters squared. It would be the surface area. Okay, now on the volume here, right, we would have 1/3. Big B, what shape is the base? Well, it's the circle. All right, so the circle is my base. Well, I knew the circle was 64 pi. Now the height is not the slanted height. The height is how tall the cone is. And so 8, 17, that's a Pythagorean triple. So the height is 15. All right. And again, on your test, it's going to say round to the nearest tenth. Okay. So on this one, I'm going to go 64 times 3.14. times 15.